What is going on, guys? I am back with part 4 for this tutorial on how to build a large traditional house. In this video, we are going to be starting the interior of the build. So we're going to start by doing the interior layout for the first floor of the house here in part 4. I gathered up all of the blocks that we're going to be using for the walls. I have white concrete, spruce logs, light gray concrete, brown terracotta, brown concrete, light blue concrete, and I would recommend a potion of night vision. Okay, so you could go ahead and switch to your white concrete, and we're going to start laying out where the living room is going to be and the front hallway. So you could look at the front door here. We are going to have a door frame right around the edge of the door. So with your white concrete, don't line up with this block, but go one more over to the left. So starting right here, just leave one block here for the door frame. Continue this along towards the left until you're 3 blocks further than this final window here. So you have 1 block lined up with this gray concrete, then 2 more after that, leaving 1 block here on that wall. Now you could push this white concrete towards that back wall, so bring it straight along. Right there. It should be right up against this wall right here. Then you could continue this along until you're right on the edge of our door here, which leads out to the back deck. So stop it 1 block further than this corner here, and then push it in by 1 block. Now you could go on over to this side. We're going to place another 2 here, and then bring this over. And now you can continue wrapping this around the edge of the wall that we have here. So around this corner. And then we work our way back up to the front hallway, which is going to be here. So you just want to leave. You see we have 2 blocks of white concrete showing here. And then we have that corner block. Now you could go ahead and do the same on this side. So you should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks here, and then you could bring it up to where we started, leaving 1 block at the right side of this doorway now, just like that. So this is going to be a hallway right here, which is going to lead to a bedroom, which we might end up switching to a bathroom. I'm not too sure. I think I might keep it as a bedroom though. So yeah, this is like the front hallway here. We're gonna have the staircase going up to the 2nd floor right there. And then all of this space is going to be the living room. And then we're going to have a doorway from here leading into the kitchen. And then another doorway leading into the garage. But make sure with your white concrete, you went ahead and marked it out like this. So I'll just go up above. You can see exactly what we just did. Okay, for this little backside here, it's going to be a bit different than the original build. We're going to change it up, and I think it'll look good. So I just have some dark oak wood stairs. What we're going to do is delete these blocks of jungle wood planks, and we're going to switch that out to a dark oak wood stair facing in that direction on each side. And then we're going to curve 2 in. And then we have these 2 slabs here, which we're going to switch to stairs. Then you could go on this side. You could delete all of these slabs that we have here, and we're going to switch this to dark oak wood stairs as well. So at the original build, I actually had all of the floors in here. Instead, what I would normally do is cut out all of this dirt, but at the other build, I had all of this slabs. So what we're going to do is actually go ahead and cut out all of this dirt. It'll make a lot more sense, and it'll allow us to have a lot more furniture in here, because if we have slabs, it doesn't really allow us to do much. So we just have some stairs right here leading into or onto the back deck, and then a little bit of a step down onto it. So I think that's a lot better than what I had at the original build. Okay, so now that is out of the way, we'll continue laying out all of our walls. And then after we lay out all of our walls and bring them up, we'll go ahead and start cutting out all of this dirt and filling in our floors. Okay, before we continue bringing up all of our walls, let's start marking out where all of the doorways are going to be. You could go ahead and grab some pillar quartz blocks and stone buttons. We're going to start here at the front door. So with your pillar quartz, place 4 going up on each side. And then you have your corner block, which is going to be the inside of the pillar quartz. and then 4 blocks going from one side to the other at the top. Then your stone buttons on each corner. We're going to go ahead and have another doorway leading into this bedroom here. So leave 1 block to the right, and then go ahead and carve out 4. Switch to your pillar quartz. Place 3 on each side. This doorway is going to be a little bit shorter. This is a little bit bigger because it's the front door, so it made more sense to make it a little bit bigger. And then we have our doorway leading into the bedroom here. So you could have your corner block, which is going to be the 4th block, not the 5th. And then 2 sideways blocks. So as you can see, we have 3 blocks in height on the inside. Here we have 4 blocks in height. Let's cover up the corners with your stone buttons. We'll go on the other side of this doorway. The walls are going to be double thick. So we'll go ahead and add another layer of pillar quartz behind the layer that we already had. And then you can have your stone buttons on each corner on this side. Like that. So it's 2 blocks thick. Okay, now we're going to have another doorway leading into the kitchen area, which is going to be 5 blocks wide. So you can leave 2 here at the right, and then you could carve out 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With your pillar quartz, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go ahead and make this one just as tall as the front door. Then we'll go ahead and have our 5th block as the corner. And then some sideways blocks. We'll go behind this doorway and add another layer because once again, the walls are going to be double thick. And then you could cover up all of the corners with your stone buttons. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to continue bringing up all of our walls. Okay, for the main walls that we already marked out with our white concrete, you can then switch to your spruce logs. We're going to add a layer of spruce logs facing up on top of that white concrete. Make sure to skip all of the windows. You don't want to cover them up, obviously. But you never know, you might accidentally do it. I've done it plenty of times. Then go ahead and wrap it into there. Same with this side. Then after you add this layer of wood, you can switch to your light gray concrete, and we're going to add 4 layers on top of this. So you can switch to your light gray concrete, add 4 extra layers on top of that wood. Alright, so we have our hallway right here, and then just all of that space around here. And it looks like we have to add a little bit extra above this doorway. So what we'll go ahead and do is just add 2 layers of light gray concrete going out like that. Now, let's do the walls for the kitchen area. So make sure you have your white concrete. We're going to go on the other side of our doorway here. And we're going to fill in the 3 blocks. And then we're going to wrap this around the edge of that corner. Fill all of this in and back out again. And then just continue following along all of this. And now let's go ahead. What we're going to do, we got to make sure we don't go too far over. So we'll leave it. We're going to be lined up with that wall over there. So you should have 1 block lined up with the gray concrete for the window, and then 2 extra blocks after that. So it's basically 3 blocks right here until you meet up with the glass. Now we'll go ahead and continue this white concrete back up to this wall where we started, and then fill that in. Keep in mind we are going to have a doorway leading into the garage here, but we'll worry about that in a second. Let's then go ahead and switch to, you can use either the brown terracotta or brown concrete, whichever block you want the most of. So let's go ahead, we're going to use our brown terracotta. So we're just going to have 1 strip of the brown terracotta, everything else is going to be brown concrete. If you want it to be the other way around, where there's more brown terracotta and less brown concrete, then go ahead and have this layer as the brown concrete. It's up to you. But I'm having it as the terracotta. There we go. You can then switch to the brown concrete, add an extra 4 layers on top of the terracotta. I brought up the walls for the kitchen area. So it looks like this. Alright, looking good. Now, let's head on over to the bedroom that we're going to have here, and we'll start bringing up these walls. So switch back to your white concrete again. We're going to go on this side of the doorway, add 2 at that right side, and then just wrap this all around. Now keep in mind, I think I mentioned this before, this bedroom here is going to be 1 block taller than all of the other bedrooms in the house. So that's why this window up front is going to be, or that's why it's 1 block taller, because the ceilings in here are going to be 1 block taller. So now, after we have that white concrete, we'll go ahead and switch to the light gray. We'll add a layer on top of this. Keep in mind, you guys can use whichever colors you want. Okay, so as you can see right now, I'm currently adding just 4 layers of blue concrete. But like I mentioned, it's going to be 1 block taller, so we're going to actually have it 5 layers of blue concrete. So let's go ahead and add the final layer right now. Okay. Now, that is all good. Looking good. Next, let's do the doorway leading into the garage. Make sure to have your pillar quartz block. We're going to leave 1 block here at the right side. That will carve out 4. And then an extra 3 layers above that. With your pillar quartz, place 3 going up on each side. And then we'll have the corner block and 2 sideways blocks. And then this doorway once again is going to be double thick. So we'll go on this side where the garage is, add an extra layer behind that. And then your stone buttons. Now we have to have another doorway for the door from the outside. So switch to your pillar quartz block again. We'll add 4 this time since the exterior door is a little bit taller. And then our corner block, 2 sideways blocks. And there we go. So now, all of the walls in here, I ended up using just white concrete. So you can switch to your white concrete. We'll add 1 block right there in between those 2 doors. And then we'll fill this entire wall in. And then we'll go ahead, I guess, let's see, we have 1 there, 1 there. Yeah, we'll fill this corner in. You don't have to fill this corner in, but I think I'm going to just to make this wall even with the window. So if you want, for whatever reason, 1 extra block of space here, leave it empty. You don't have to fill it in, but I'm going to, because why not? We'll wrap this around right here up against this wall, and then back to where we started right here. You don't have to worry about this corner. It's all filled in anyway. I guess as soon as we end up bringing up the walls, then we'll cover it all up. Okay, now let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of white concrete on top of that. So as you can see, I just kind of filled that little space in. It's all patched up. Alright, so like I said, 5 layers on top of that is that we'll have all of the walls brought up for the first floor of the house. Keep in mind, we still have our staircase, which is going to have a little bit of a wall, but no big deal. Is that we'll fill in all of our floors and leave it at that for part 4. Okay, there we go. I brought all of these walls up here in the garage. Okay, now let's head back through. We'll go ahead and start marking out where the staircase is going to be, and then we'll do all of our floors. So let's get onto the staircase next. Okay, for the staircase, I just went ahead and grabbed dark oak wood stairs, dark oak planks, and then I also have the white concrete, spruce logs, and light gray concrete for the walls. So you can switch to your dark oak wood stairs. We're going to go up in this direction 7, starting right here on the edge of the wall, and it's going to be 2 blocks wide. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Now, I'm going to switch to my dark oak planks. We have 4 right there. Now we're going to go on the right side. So we have this. We're going to go towards the right. We're going to add 2 more stairs right here. Like that. And there we go. That is it. Now, you can switch to your white concrete. And we're just going to fill this entire wall in. So we're just going to work it all the way to the back. And yes, we are going to be covering up this wall, or this window here. So you're not actually going to be able to see out of it. It's just kind of more as an exterior look so that it's all even. As you can see, if that window wasn't there, it would kind of look a little bit weird. It would just be a bare wall with windows everywhere else. So that's why I added the window here so it's all evened out. It will be covered up though. If you really wanted to, you could add a little closet underneath the staircase here, which we might still end up doing. Then you'll be able to kind of see out of the window. I guess we could go ahead and do that. Why not? Or, oh wait, potion. Or what we could do is actually have something on this wall for the living room. Like maybe a TV. So I'll probably just leave it all as a solid wall. For whatever reason, if you do want a closet here, I would recommend having just a 1 block wide doorway leading into it. Maybe a little storage room. It's up to you. But I think we could definitely use this wall when we start doing the furnishings for the living room. Okay, now let's add a layer of spruce logs on top of that. And then 4 extra layers of light gray concrete. Okay, we'll just leave it like that for now. When we do the second floor up here, we'll finish this off. But for now, we'll just leave it. So now we have that done. Let's just clear everything and gather up all of our blocks for the floors. And we'll leave it at that once again for part 4. Alright, the blocks we're going to be using for all of the floors is going to be some chiseled quartz blocks, gray concrete, dark oak planks, black concrete, white concrete, bricks, granite, brick stairs, and then I would recommend a potion of swiftness. So before we actually start doing all of these floors, we first have to dig out all of this dirt. So let's just go all the way through the house, starting here at this bedroom and ending off with the garage here. We'll dig out all of the dirt and then we'll start filling it all in. So I'll start over here first. Alright, I'm just now finishing up by cutting out all of this grass. Alright, there we go. I went all the way through the house, dug all of it out. So, next, we're going to start with our gray concrete. Let me actually use the potion of night vision because I know it's about to run out. So, you can start with your gray concrete. We're going to be using that for the floors in here. So, we'll start it there, just halfway through this doorway. Fill all of this in. And then that is 1 room down. There we go. We have all that filled in. Okay, now you can switch to your chiseled quartz blocks. After you fill in all of those floors, you can then start filling in the hallway here. So we're going to be right on the edge of our door. And we're going to add chiseled quartz until we're on the edge of this wall. And then you can bring it in. And then, you just fill in all of this space. So keep in mind, at the original build, like I mentioned before, I had slabs for the floors in here. So it was kind of like a step up into the living room from the hallway here. In this case, we're not going to do that. I was actually still planning on doing that. But instead of using slabs, I kind of wanted full blocks. So a slab and then full blocks. So it was an entire like step up into it. But then the floors would have been right here, right on the edge of the window, so it wouldn't have worked out. But I thought it was a cool feature. Maybe we could do it in another build. In this case, I don't want slabs in here like I did before, because like I mentioned a couple times already, it'll just not allow us to be able to have as much furniture. We'd be able to have a couch and that's about it. And at the original build, the interior furnishings for the living room were really bad because all there was in this entire area was basically a couch, and that was about it. So in this case, we're going to change it up, have full solid floors, and we'll be able to add a lot more. So speaking of the floors, let's switch to our dark oak planks. we'll go ahead and fill all of this in now until we are halfway through this door here. So we're going to stop it right there and fill all of this in with your dark oak planks. There we go. The living room is all filled in now. So as you can see, it does look a little bit weird here. So I guess I'll show you exactly what it was going to look like. It was going to be a step up right here, just with some slabs. As you can see, that looks pretty good. It's just like different layers, and then it was going to step down into the kitchen here. But yeah, like I mentioned before, we'll go ahead and maybe give this a try with another build. One of my actual like newer builds, not a rebuild. And we'll give it a try, and hopefully it works out. So there we go, we have all that filled in now. Let's then head on to the kitchen. So to keep the traditional feel, I wanted a checkered pattern in the floors. So that's why I have black concrete and white concrete. So you can start with either one. I guess I'll just start with the white concrete. And I'm just going to fill in every other block. And then all of the other empty spaces is going to be black concrete, which is going to form that checkered pattern. So you could leave these 2 blocks here, leave this empty, because that's going to be filled in with the floors that we're going to have in the garage. So basically just like stop it there. All of this is going to be empty for now. So there we go. We are starting the crisscross, or not the crisscross, the checkered pattern like that. So I'm going to go through, fill all of it in, then we'll head on to the garage, fill in those floors, and then that'll be it. Alright, just now finishing up with the floors in the kitchen now. There we go. I really like this pattern, I think it looks cool. Now, let's head on to the garage. We'll first fill all of this in with our bricks, similar to what we did here on the outside. Then we'll carve out a bunch of random holes and fill in our extra texture. Alright, I have all of this filled in. Let's then go through, add our extra texture like we did on the outside. Alright, I added all the granite. Well, now let's go ahead and add... Oh yeah, I totally forgot. We have granite stairs as well. Let's grab those. So I guess we'll start with the brick. Maybe just one there. We're not going to have too many in here. And then let's have some granite as well. Let's make an L shape. There we go. One here. Or maybe 2 there. And then another one. You know what? That might be good. Yeah, I think that's good. How about 1 extra here? Alright. So there we go. We are going to leave it at that. For, should we do the ceilings too here in this part? I mean, I guess. Why not? That's still kind of like part of the first floor. Okay, well, I guess we'll go ahead and do the ceilings. So you can switch to some... Grab white concrete and light gray concrete. We'll start here in the garage with our light gray. So as you can see, all of the walls in here are white. I'll have light gray as the ceilings, and then everywhere else is going to be white. Alright, I filled in... Uh-oh, I'm stuck. I filled in the garage. There we go. Let's then head on to the kitchen. This is going to be white concrete. Okay, now we have the kitchen filled in. Next, we have the living room as at our hallway here. And then the bedroom. We'll do the bedroom next. So like I mentioned before, it's just 1 block higher. So just like... right on top of the walls. Just 1 block higher than the walls. So there we go. That's it for the bedroom. All done. Now, we just have this final big area here, and we'll leave it at that for part 4. Now keep in mind, we still have to bring up the walls here for the staircase. So don't add white concrete here. Just don't add it on top of this light gray concrete. So we're just gonna go right around it. We'll leave all of that open for now. So like this. All right. So now we'll just continue filling the rest of this in. All right, just about got all of the ceilings done. So we went all the way through the first floor of the house. This is all laid out. Now all we really have to do are the furnishings. But before we do the furnishings, we got to do the layout for the second floor of the house. Alright guys, that's going to be it for part 4 for this tutorial on how to build a large traditional house. If this did help you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 5. We'll then be finishing the interior layout of the house.